I'm going to cover this in a little bit more detail. So what is a cross-country course? Well, for those of you who aren't aware, cross-country course is very simply a rope on one side of the course, a rope on another side of the course, and the grass in between down which the course runs. It is no more than that. There was some talk and concern expressed about the work that was done to the ground in Hong Kong. That was a unique situation due to the level of rainfall that is expected in Hong Kong at that time of the year, and therefore they had to do an awful lot of work reconstituting the ground to ensure that it was very free draining. The course itself has consisted of a series of timber-framed obstacles, many of them portable and brought in place and positioned over the last month or two prior to competition. As I've said already, the competition takes place over just one day. There's approximately 75 horses. Those horses go just once around the course. I think there has been a perception, certainly among some, that maybe it is a little bit more like racing, 30 or 40 horses racing around the park. That is not the case. There are just 75 horses, and each horse goes around once every approximately 3 to 4 minutes. So the whole competition is over in approximately 5 hours. Identifying the course is work in progress. That is standard for course design. And what you see here mapped out is a stage on from perhaps a course that you might have seen in a leaflet that we have previously distributed a couple of months ago. It is evolving. It evolves through input from the site surveys that we're going through now, and indeed through the consultations that we're having, particularly, for example, with the 4 local Greenwich-based societies. The final route will, though, form part of that formal planning application in due course. The course works its way around the sensitive areas such as the pond within the flower garden, the Roman burial mounds, the cricket square, and of course the more sensitive areas of acid ground. Please do be reassured. I know there's been a lot of talk of cutting down of trees. That will not be necessary. There was some talk earlier on about the requirement for the cross-country course to be an 8 to 10 metre wide strip. Yes, that is absolutely the case when that is appropriate. But when it is necessary to come down to a smaller course of maybe 2 to 3 metres of width, that is perfectly acceptable to go through some of the narrow areas. There will not be a requirement to cut down trees to accommodate that course. Those of you that have seen the previous course plan will note that some of the significant changes here are moving of the start from down by the boating lake up to an area adjacent to Blackheath Avenue, just to the right of Blackheath Avenue as we look at it there. Furthermore, you will see that this current plan does not go through that duck pond within the flower garden. The course does still go through the flower garden at this stage, but the important point to note there is that the impact will not be significant at all. In other words, of course we're not going to take the course through the established flower beds there. It will simply go through in areas of open grass there and then out the other side without impacting in any lasting way. The construction in there will be portable jumps that we'll bring in over the last few weeks so that we can keep that area open to the public right up until the site is secured from a security point of view just a couple of weeks prior to the games.